In Port Charles, weddings are rarely quiet affairs, and Drew and Willow's big day is no exception. Behind the delicate veil of white roses, silver trim, and a guest list stripped to its barest essentials lies a volatile concoction of betrayal, secrets, and desperation that threatens to bring the entire event crashing down. On the surface, Willow appears serene, radiant even, as she prepares to marry Drew, a man she believes to be the embodiment of stability and redemption. But those closest to her know better. They sense the gathering storm, and they each come armed with secrets too dangerous to keep and intentions too tangled to fully trust. Nina, in particular, walks the tightrope between motherly devotion and obsessive control. While she has meticulously planned the entire wedding down to the last detail, her heart isn't aligned with the event's purpose. Deep down, she fears what it means for Willow to marry Drew. Especially when Drew's recent entanglement with Nina herself threatens to detonate the entire affair. Her guilt is suffocating, yet her desperation to stop the wedding before the truth erupts in public is even more intense. Trina, meanwhile, finds herself in the periphery of the drama but not untouched by it. Recently having made the decision to sever ties with Kai, Trina's clarity becomes a mirror for Willow's growing confusion. Trina had to wrestle with her own blind spots and emotional bonds before finding the strength to walk away from something she knew wasn't right. And now, as she watches her friend float toward a commitment built on half-truths and concealed betrayals, Trina knows how easily a heart can be deceived by comfort dressed as love. Curtis shares this concern. For weeks, he's tried to reach Willow, to coax her into seeing what so many refuse to say out loud. That Drew isn't the man she believes him to be. But Curtis is out of time. On the day of the wedding, he makes one final attempt to break through to Willow, showing up at her dressing room door, heart heavy with warnings he's no longer sure will be heard. Whether Portia follows him inside or waits anxiously in the hallway, the damage might already be irreversible. The most dangerous wildcard remains Nina. Watching her daughter glide into a ceremony that will bind her to the very man who shared her own bed is a nightmare Nina can no longer suppress. She toys with the idea of confessing everything to Willow, blowing up her own life in the process, but possibly saving her daughter from years of deceit and heartbreak. Her torment is doubled by her love for Willow and her hatred for Drew, who continues to walk unburdened by guilt while she drowns in it. Nina's anguish doesn't go unnoticed. Ava senses it too, though she can't quite determine whether it stems from Nina's lingering guilt or some new vendetta. When Rick brings Ava along to the wedding, it adds yet another layer of tension. Rick rarely does anything without motive, and if he suspects something is off, his presence alone could spark new confrontations. Elsewhere, chaos brews as Lucas confronts Carly over Marco's disappearance. His suspicion is firm, Sonny had something to do with it. Whether or not Marco is ever found, Lucas is certain of Sonny's involvement. Carly, ever the loyal guardian of Sonny's misdeeds, doesn't flinch. She denies everything, her face a mask of concern and confusion, but her eyes betray her. She's protecting something, or someone, and Lucas knows it. Carly's compulsion to protect her family often leads her into murky territory, and this time is no different. If Sonny did orchestrate Marco's kidnapping, Carly may find herself cornered in a web of lies she can't spin her way out of. Meanwhile, Michael finds himself emotionally stranded. The woman he once loved is pledging her future to another man, and the weight of that reality leaves him clinging to anyone who'll listen. He leans heavily on Christina, not just for comfort but to remind himself he hasn't lost everything. Whether his unrest stems from lingering affection for Willow or residual pain from Daisy, Michael isn't saying. But his eyes keep drifting toward Willow's aisle, as if part of him still expects her to run. And she might. Willow has spoken often with Dr. Isaiah Gannon about the quiet solitude of that remote cabin, the one place where she could breathe freely without expectations or manipulation. With no children tying her down and nothing truly anchoring her to Drew but a shared sense of gratitude and idealism, the possibility of flight remains real. Yet Drew's hold on her is almost hypnotic. He's made her feel seen, safe, and valued in ways she's long craved. But that illusion may be shattered if the truth about his affair with Nina comes out in time. As the ceremony inches closer, tensions grow unbearable. Lucy Coe, appointed as the officiant, tries to inject lightness and tradition into an otherwise suffocating atmosphere. She's brought a guest, possibly Sidwell, who stands quietly in the background, taking in every detail with the watchful gaze of someone expecting the worst. Liesl Albrecht, never one to shy away from chaos, is also present, her expression unreadable. Martin Gray, Drew's lawyer, stands near Kai, a curious pairing that suggests legal maneuverings may soon follow personal implosions. Alexis arrives with Scout in tow, her demeanor brittle and disapproving. She's already had a terse meeting with Drew, one filled with accusations and slaps of harsh truth. Whether about Scout, Willow, or Sam's fading place in this twisted family tapestry, Alexis made her stance painfully clear. And Drew, for all his charm and polish, left that encounter visibly rattled. As guests settle in and the opening strains of the processional begin, all eyes turn toward the back of the room. Will Willow appear in white, walking blindly into a future built on betrayal? Or will someone, Nina, Curtis, perhaps even Willow herself, choose truth over pretense and halt the ceremony before vows are exchanged? Port Charles has seen many weddings unravel at the altar, but few have balanced on such a thin, dangerous line. If the truth about Drew and Nina's affair surfaces mid-ceremony, the fallout will be seismic. Willow may not just call off the wedding, she might disappear entirely. Behind the floral arrangements and champagne flutes, the emotional minefield deepens. Every step Willow takes down the aisle is a countdown to detonation. Whether the explosion comes in the form of Nina's last-minute confession, Curtis's desperate plea, or a whispered truth from someone else, one thing is certain: what's meant to be a celebration of love could easily devolve into a reckoning for everyone involved. And once the truth is out, no one, not Drew, not Nina, not Willow, will ever be the same.